We back with some Zack D films. Let's see what he's been up to since the last time we reacted back in July, actually. Let's get it.
Place the flies in the fridge until they stop moving. Then slice a matchstick in half and glue a paper-thin wing across the top. Add tiny drops of glue to the wing, one for each fly. Then
how a fly-powered plane works. Is this toy?
Then stick the dormant flies on by their bellies, all pointing in the same direction. Breathe warm air across their bodies, and as they wake up, their wings buzz back to life, and the whole plane lifts off the ground.
I know they're just bugs, but this has to be like some form of like, right?
The hot wax dropped
how hot wax destroyed her vision.
Straight into her open right eye while she
oh my god
was getting her eyebrows done. She screamed as it burned through the surface.
Why is he screaming? Look at why is he back there screaming like this burned him?
Screamed as it burned through the surface. Later at the hospital, doctors found an ulcer and scarring, resulting in permanent damage, and she lost over half of the vision in that eye. She sued the spa and walked away with $400,000.
I need more than that. I'm half blind in one eye. I need $1 million. I need $1 million. 400,000 ain't doing shit. I need $1 million.
And the salon was later shut down.
Oh, Jesus. At least $1 million.
When a doctor gives you this IV,
how smart IV needles work.
They insert a special needle into your vein. But this needle is made from a metal that reacts to body heat. As the medicine flows into your bloodstream, the needle begins to soften. This makes it flexible and allows it to move with you. It also has a built-in sensor, which tracks your body temperature and detects leaking.
Oh, that's a little cool. I don't know. That's a real thing? I thought it was just a butterfly needle. Okay.
He vanished while
the disappearance of Bobby Dunbar.
Playing near a lake on a family trip. They searched for months but found.
Why is everybody bald?
On a family trip.
He's bald.
They searched
He's
for
bald.
months.
Why is everybody bald?
But found no trace of him. Then, hundreds of miles away, he was found with a handyman. Now, the family was overjoyed to find their lost son, but the handyman insisted they had the wrong boy. Courts ruled in favor of the family, and the boy was raised as their own, but decades later, a DNA test revealed that he wasn't actually their child, meaning they accidentally kidnapped another boy.
Nigga, y'all wasn't gonna DNA test and what the fuck? Just stole my son. Yo, imagine, imagine you chilling with your son. Niggas just come up, yeah, that's my son. And then you go to court and it's like, yeah, that's their son. Hello?
And their real son was never found.
Oh, hell no. So you just got to raise your child and you took mine.
They dip the bun in water.
How competitive eaters don't choke.
To soften it, which makes it quicker to eat in a hot dog eating contest.
Niggas just eating wet hot. Oh, God. Niggas just eating wet hot dogs. I don't know.
And instead of taking big bites, they take fast, controlled breaths to keep their airways clear. Competitive eaters train their gag reflex over time, allowing them to handle large amounts of food without choking. They use rapid swallowing and careful timing to ensure they don't block their airways while eating fast.
Bro, Soggy Glizzy is crazy.
He dialed the phone.
He walked home with no arms.
Using a pencil as blood poured from the stumps where his arms should have been. You see, they had been ripped off after his shirt got caught in a machine.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
But he walked 100 yards to his house and opened the door with his mouth. Then he used a pencil.
All while bleeding out is insane. Nigga was determined. Hey, bruh, if anybody gotta live, it's him.
To dial 911. Once help arrived, they found his arms, and doctors were able to reattach the bones, veins, and skin while he was in a coma. He spent weeks in recovery and eventually regained use of both arms.
What?
If you pulled a fish out of...
how bull sharks survive in fresh water.
The ocean and dropped it into a pond, it would quickly die. That's because without salt, they absorb too much water, making their organs swell. But if a bull shark is plopped into a lake, they start peeing like crazy, up to 20 times more than normal, to flush out the excess water they're absorbing. At the same time, a special gland in their butt works overtime.
You didn't have to show me the butt gland pulsating, bro. You could have just said they have a special, you know, something. Why is it? You showed us the gland pulsating in its butt.
Hold on to salt, preserving the delicate balance in their blood that most fish would lose. Meaning you could find a bull shark swimming in any body of water.
Oh hell no! She was hit by a meteorite.
Meteor headed straight for a small house, where a woman inside was napping on her couch.
I'm not gonna lie, if I wake up to a meteor in my fucking house, I think I might lose my shit. No cap. Cause like of all the places you could have landed, you landed my shit.
The rock smashed into a wooden radio, bouncing off and slamming into her side. The meteorite was the size of a grapefruit, and she became the first and only person to be hit by one and survive. But her landlady claimed the rock belonged to her because she owned the house.
Listen. What? I'm sleeping and I get pelted by a fucking meteorite in a house that I'm currently renting from you, where my other items are here. You don't own those. How all of a sudden a meteorite that come through the fucking roof and hit me, all of a sudden is yours? If it's yours, then I'm suing you, because why would you let your meteorite hit me? Let's do it. Let's take. You want to take it there? I'll take it there. Why is you letting your rock hit me? I'm suing. So it's either you keep the rock and I sue you, or you mind your fucking business and fix this shit.
So she sued the woman, and she had to pay $500 just to keep the rock that hit her. But the endless stress from media attention wrecked her life, so she eventually gave it away to a museum.
I would have sold it to him. $500 to keep something that hit me is crazy. Oh, hell no. Hell, fuck no.
If you shot a bullet at a fly,
can a fly dodge a bullet?
Would it be fast enough to move out of the way? Well, this is what we actually look like to a fly. To them, we move in super slow motion. This is because flies process what they see over 4 times faster than humans and can fly away in about 20 milliseconds.
I be punishing them niggas, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They swear they this faster and this much fast. Boy, I be sending flies to the upper room, bro. Please. They can't be that smart. I be packing these niggas up, bro.
But a bullet moves at over 800 miles per hour, faster than a jet. And by the time the fly registers the bullet's movement, it would have already traveled over 20 feet, meaning it will get hit before it can react.
So anybody who can't hit flies, you just might need to shoot them with guns. Welcome to my TED Talk. Sorry. He secretly lived inside a Toys R Us.
Crawled into a hole in the wall after escaping prison and found himself inside a Toys R Us. Over the next 6 months, he built a home there, stealing from the store to decorate his home. He lived off baby food and kids' snacks and exercised by riding a bike around the store at night. Eventually, he set up baby monitors to keep—
I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying.
Track of employees
6 months
and even changed their work schedules, all so he could rob the store at gunpoint. But after police caught up with him, he was put back in prison.
So did they find his hideout?
He grips
how he shoots arrows with his feet. Nigga got the fussy.
The bow firmly between his toes, pointing his feet toward the target. He then picks up—
Look at how he gripping them off. Like, I know he ain't got no choice, but I don't like none. Like, you like foot action. Ooh.
The arrow using his other foot and hooks it into a small metal clasp. Slowly, he leans back, pulling the string and lining up the shot. Then he releases—
Do you understand how flexible you have to be to start using your feet as hands? That shit is crazy.
This is the arrow by triggering the clasp with his jaw, sending it straight into the bullseye. And this precision is what earned him an Olympic medal.
Hey, bro, that's tough. I'm good off all the foot action though. You know what I'm
A
saying?
wire
She was held upside down to stay alive. What?
inside her pacemaker suddenly came loose, stopping the blood from pumping. She collapsed unconscious on the floor. Now, when her husband grabbed her by the ankles to move her, she suddenly woke up. You see, being upside down somehow reconnected the wire to her heart. But when she stood upright, it disconnected again. So to keep her alive...
I'm sorry. That's not funny. I apologize. That's not funny. It's just the irony. Like, he gotta drag her by her feet to the hospital, and they gotta put her in a bed upside down so she can stay alive, bro.
Alive until they could do surgery, her husband had to hold her upside down for over an hour.
Damn, it took y'all an hour to get there? Bro, that nigga got the shoulders of a fucking Greek god. Nigga got Antetokounmpo shoulders. Holding your wife upside down for a fucking hour? Alright, bro, for sure.
She locked her son
The boy raised by chickens.
inside the chicken coop
A baby? You just yeeted a baby into a fucking chicken coop.
when he was just a baby. And over the next 7 years, he was raised by the They would poop
How sailors pooped on old ships.
through a wooden plank with a
Oh my god, I was this close to calling it right here.
hole cut in it, right above the crashing waves. And whatever
Bro. Yo. Imagine the waves is crashing and you got a shit and you pop a squat on a Yo, full papa squat, no pants, no nothing. Just everything just out in the open. You just got a shit.
whatever dropped went straight through the hole and into the sea. It was past the very front of the ship, so the wind would carry the smell away from the crew. But there weren't walls or railings, meaning in rough seas, a single wave could easily knock you over.
Yo, getting cooked off a ship trying to shit is crazy.
The
iPad stopped a bullet.
attacker fired the gun, aiming directly at the man. But at the same time, he put his bag up to cover his face. And instead of piercing his skull, the bullet hit the bag and flew straight into the iPad inside. It lodged itself in the metal, leaving the man unharmed. And he managed to tackle the gunman to the ground, holding him there until the police arrived.
Type shit. I saw the thing about a Bible stopping.
The bull
Mind control stopped a raging bull. Yeah, okay.
charged right at him, but just as it was about to strike, he hit a button, and the bull suddenly stopped. You see, the scientist had implanted
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
tiny wires in its skull, and pressing the
Why is his brain so little?
button sent electricity into its brain. This controlled the signals sent into the bull's body, causing it to stop mid-charge. But when people heard about the experiment, they panicked. They were terrified he would use the technology to control their minds, which put an end to the scientists' research.
Hey, all y'all niggas that's getting a Neuralink, this what's gonna happen to y'all, bruh. No cap.
She was
Lions free kidnapped girl.
kidnapped and held hostage for 7 days, and her kidnappers planned to force her into marriage. But as the girl cried, a pack of lions suddenly appeared. The kidnappers were terrified, running from the scene and leaving their victim behind. But instead of harming her, the lions spent the next 12 hours guarding the girl. When police and her family finally got there, they found the girl shaken but alive, and the lions calmly walked back into the forest.
Okay. How Simba and Philly met. Okay, bro.
80 feet
There's a vault of gold under Manhattan.
below Manhattan, more than 6,000 tons of gold sit
Damn.
locked inside a vault. And this is worth over $500 billion. Most of it
Is this the Federal Gold Reserve or some shit like that?
arrived from foreign countries who wanted to keep their gold safe after World War II. When a new deposit enters, it's logged, weighed, and stored in its own padlocked compartment. Then it's sealed behind a 9-foot-tall cylinder with a 140-ton steel frame around it. Cameras and motion sensors monitor the vault, and police patrol the entire system, making it one of the most secure places on Earth.
Okay.
A
toddler fell into a well.
toddler fell 50
Oh my God, with the feet up is so crazy.
50 feet into a narrow well. Rescuers lowered ropes, trying to loop them around the boy, and they even brought in heavy machinery to dig the pipe out. But it took 11 hours just to dig a few feet down. Finally, a passing teenager offered to go in himself. A rope was tied to his waist, and he was lowered in head first. With a flashlight strapped to his forehead, he stretched out his arms to grab the child. And when they pulled him to the surface, he brought the toddler back up alive.
I need the legitimacy of this. Bro, I'm sorry. Listen, I hope y'all saved that kid, but I'm too claustrophobic. I'll deadass panic. Now we both stuck. we're both stuck. So don't send me down there. Don't even ask. Don't even look at me. Find somebody else to do it. Find somebody else to do it. Bruh. Now you gotta send somebody down there to save both of us. Deadass. Dead ass, bro.
As she sat
the bear hiding under a toilet. Oh, hell no.
Down on the outhouse toilet, something reached up and scratched.
Oh, my booty but man. The booty cheeks? You talking, bro, in my most vulnerable state, something got my cheek beat? Oh, hell no. My fucking booty gushing while I'm trying to shit. Now I got open wound over dookie air. Oh my God, bro. Everything about this is so wrong. It's so wrong. Hell no.
Scratched her butt. She screamed, thinking it was a squirrel. But when her brother lifted the seat, he came face to face with a black bear. It had crawled in from beneath the back door and was living under the toilet. He slammed the lid shut, and they ran to safety, waiting for the bear to move out. And after that, they carried bear spray every time they went to the toilet.
That shit is crazy. The cult poisoned local salad bars.
They sprinkled salmonella over the salads in local restaurants.
Bitch!
And soon, hundreds of people started vomiting, with fever and diarrhea spreading.
That nigga shitted through his pants. Oh nah, take me out. End it. You got me shitting through my pants? Take me out. Hell no. Hell no. What was the point?
Spreading fast. Now, at first, people blamed the workers, saying they didn't wash their hands. The police soon found that a local cult was responsible, poisoning over 700 people.
That's damn near 800. That's 4 off.
This was to stop them from voting
Oh, fuck off. Oh, hell
in the
no.
local election, so the cult's candidate had a better chance of winning. But instead of winning, they were charged and put in prison.
Oh, hell no.
The tea
how Japanese tea dolls work.
is handed to the doll, triggering a wound-up spring made of whalebone. As the spring unwinds, it drives.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Looking at some of the old fucking traps and shit for Japanese people, they had shit over intricate. You ever seen their teapot that one had the tea on the top and one had the poison? And then like this, and then the fucking traps from fucking, like, bro, like they got so much like, why is this shit overly complicated, dude?
The tea is handed to the doll, triggering a wound-up spring made of whalebone.
What do you gain from this?
As the spring unwinds, it drives a series of gears and cams, which move rods and strings that control the head and feet. And this causes it to move forward across the table. When the cup is removed, it suddenly stops. And these were built in 17th century Japan. Wealthy people used them to amaze their guests, serving tea as entertainment.
My thing is, you put this tea on the thing and it moved forward a little bit, and then you pick the tea up and it's done. On God, you're bored. You're bored. I get it. It's the olden times. I ain't got much entertaining, but goddamn, my nigga.
She was
The little girl was swept away.
Dragged away from the boat by a strong current. And when her brother tried to save her, they were both pulled down the river. Their dad jumped in and tried to catch up.
Nobody
the
living.
kids were too far away. Now, if they had kept going, all three could have drowned. So instead, the boy swam for help while his father stayed behind. He doggy paddled over a mile until he finally reached the shore, and his family was rescued thanks to his bravery.
W brother, bruh. I thought nobody was surviving. I thought they was cooked. I'm like, damn, y'all all going with the current shit.
They drilled
This secret mission saved D-Day.
into the ground while laying on their stomachs, collecting samples of sand and clay. A lighthouse beam passed inches above their heads, and German soldiers patrolled nearby. But they kept digging. They quietly sealed tubes filled with sand and clay and crawled back to the water. You see, their commanders needed to know if the beaches at Normandy could hold the weight of tanks and trucks, so they managed to sneak samples without getting caught. These samples were then tested, proving that the beaches were solid. Months later, this secret mission helped the Allies successfully launch the D-Day invasion.
Huh. Okay. Didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing. Cool. A little bit. Oh, cool.
If you
The trick that safely pulls up broken glass. I actually need one.
smash a glass,
Talk to
turn
me.
off all the lights,
You lost me. You lost me. I'm listening, but you lost me already. I don't.
and lay a flashlight on the floor. The
Hold on.
light will catch on the glass shards, and even the tiniest pieces will reflect the light back, making them sparkle. Then take half a raw
Potato. See, I'm trying to believe in you. What the fuck does a potato do?
potato and run it across the glass pieces. The sharp edges will stick into the flesh, and the potato will lift
That's so much potato you have to use, though.
them off the floor, making sure it's safe to walk on.
Bro, wait. You said broom and dustpan has been real quiet since this dropped. I'm literally like, can we not just vacuum or sweep it up? Or, okay. For sure.
He took
The McDonald's Monopoly scam.
the winning Monopoly tickets into the airport bathroom. Then he replaced them with the losing ones. You see, he was the head of security, taking care of millions of dollars worth of winning tickets. And he was supposed to deliver an envelope full of them to McDonald's packaging factories, where they were applied to cups and boxes. These would be sent out to restaurants, where customers would peel off the package.
No. Yo, chat. No, legit shit. I was playing these motherfuckers so heavily. Are you telling, bro? Now, I don't know how directly close it would have been for me not winning, but like, I wanted to win. Bro, there was a time that I had the board rock, and it was the two blue ones. If you had all three blue, you won like a main prize. I had two of them bitches, and I never got the third one. If this nigga is the reason why, I swear to God.
Packaging, hoping to win. But instead, the man stole some, then resealed the envelope, making it look like nothing had happened. Now, if he claimed the prizes himself, he would be caught. So instead, he sold them to friends, asking for a fraction of the prize money up front. For 12 years, he got away with it.
He's the reason why. For 12 years, he's the reason why I never won. I don't give a fuck. For 12 years, I don't give a fuck. He's dead ass the reason why I never won. I don't give a fuck. All ounce of blame is on this nigga because I knew I should have won. I'm like, bro, how do I keep getting the same two? I don't know which piece I never got, but I kept getting the same two pieces every fucking time. Fuck off.
Stealing almost 25 million
$25 million.
dollars worth. But finally, someone called in an anonymous tip And since all the winners were connected to him, he quickly got caught and sentenced to prison.
What jail he at? I just want to talk.
If you get
how suction splinter removal works.
a splinter, most people
Yo, chat, I ain't gonna lie. There's nothing worse than a splinter, bro. Like, I feel like I'd like low-key, like, God forbid, but I feel like I'd low-key rather have a piece of my finger cut off than to have a really bad splinter. No cap.
would rip into their skin with tweezers to dig it out. But if you cut the end off of a normal syringe, then press the open end firmly onto your skin directly over the splinter, you can quickly pull the plunger up, creating a suction inside the syringe. And this forces the splinter to move upwards, pulling it straight out of your skin.
Oh my God. Ugh. Ugh.
They
Doctors attached his hand to his leg, huh?
connected the blood vessels as they pushed his amputated hand into the incision on his calf. This pumped fresh blood into the hand, keeping it alive. You see, he had gotten into an accident at work.
Oh my God!
Doctors
Oh my
knew
God!
they had to act fast, but his arm was too damaged to reattach it right away. And if the hand didn't get blood soon, the tissue would die. So they decided to attach it to his leg
I think I seen something about this.
while his arm healed. Then, once it was ready, the hand was still fresh, and they were able to reattach it. They connected
That shit is so crazy.
as they
What happens if a plane loses oxygen?
pulled up beside the commercial plane. They looked inside the windows and saw everyone inside slumped over and passed out. And there was no one in the cockpit. You see, the crew forgot one switch before takeoff, and the cabin pressure dropped as the plane climbed into the air. The pilots misunderstood the alarm and tried fixing the wrong thing, but the oxygen was too low inside, and everybody passed out. The jet kept flying on autopilot, circling the city at 30,000 feet with no one at the controls for over an hour. One person was still conscious, and he tried to take control, but the engines had run out of fuel. The plane crashed into a hillside, and they all lost their lives.
Oh,
As they
shit.
pulled up beside the commercial plane,
That's crazy though. All right, chat. This is the last one. Abused goat kills owner. Okay.
the owner would beat the goat with sticks.
Damn!
And he did this to make it aggressive towards humans, so it would guard him. And this went on for a long time.
Damn!
But one day, the goat
Yo,
had
he beating the shit out this goat.
enough. It charged forward, ramming its sharp horns straight into the man's stomach, twice. As the man stumbled away, the goat chased him onto the porch,
Get
then
his ass.
kicked him off.
Get his
And
ass.
he hit the ground
Damn!
hard, dying within minutes. When his body was found, the goat was captured, but instead of being put down, it was taken in by animal rescuers.
Goat, get back, bruh. All right, man. That's been the end of reacting to some crazy Zack D films, bruh. Shout out to all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Listen, like I said, I apologize for making promises I can't keep about doing everything offline. At least you still get videos. Shut your bitch ass up. At least you still getting videos. Stop fucking complaining. Like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Okay, bye, 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 bye. All right, man, we are back with one of the wildest channels on YouTube, honestly. I don't know if all this information is true. I don't know if it's false. I don't know where he gets this stuff. We're gonna learn today. We're gonna learn some things today with Zack D Films. Let's get it.
Bite the top off to expose the sticky inside.
Okay.
Then press a piece of chocolate on
A new s'more hack you have to try. My thing is, with Zack D Films, he can either tell you the craziest way somebody died, the craziest invention ever and how it works, or just like, you know, some s'mores. You never know what you're getting with Zack.
onto that spot so it stays attached instead of sliding off. Now roast the marshmallow with the chocolate. As you turn the stick,
okay.
the sticky marshmallow holds the chocolate in place
Okay.
and melts directly onto the marshmallow. While
Okay.
it cooks, heat the graham crackers near the fire.
He taught me how to commit tax fraud once. Hey, link me that one.
Then press the marshmallow between the warm crackers before pulling
So warm skulls, got it.
Pulling the stick out, giving you a perfectly melted s'more.
Tight shit, tight
If you
shit.
open the windows during a hurricane, would the wind just blow through your house instead of knocking it over?
That doesn't seem logical.
Well, this would only work if your house was just one big room and the wind could pass through. But most houses have hallways and multiple rooms.
Yeah, so that wouldn't work.
debris would just fly in, while the wind makes the air pressure inside build up, which would still destroy your house.
Oh, well, chat, what did we learn? Don't open your windows during a hurricane because your house gonna explode anyway. Yes.
Cup your hands into 2 C shapes as you take a breath. Then press your thumbs back towards your ears and place your fingers along your brow, creating a seal to keep the air from escaping. Then tilt your head down and push air through your nose. This will create an air bubble that gets trapped inside the hand cups. And that air bends light the same way it does above water.
I held my breath too long. I started turning red. You gotta explain these faster, man.
Shapes as you take a breath. Then press your thumbs back towards your ears and place your fingers along your brow, creating a seal to keep the
It didn't work. I'm in heaven.
air from escaping. Then tilt your head down and push air through your nose. This will create an air bubble that gets trapped inside the hand cups. And that air bends light the same way it does above water, so your eyes can focus normally. And when you look through it, the air in the bubble lets your vision work normally, allowing you to see underwater.
I'm not gonna lie. Something in my bones is telling me this is bullshit, but I think I'm still gonna try it. Like, why spend $5 on goggles when I can see for free? Oh my God, I can see for the free. I can see for the why would I, you know what I'm saying? Zack is always right, you know?
He sat up his desk at one end of the oval room, and since the walls were curved, sound from the other end bounced off them in a controlled pattern, making it land in one particular spot. Now, legend says he sat there so every whisper would pass over his desk.
We're gonna put Zack on like a ranking system. Like, is there like we need like a Zack D Films like ranking system. Like, why would anyone do this kind of, like, we need a tier list. I think next time we react to Zack D Films, we're for sure gonna have some type of tier list to rank these on, because this is getting ridiculous. All of a sudden, we sound bending now?
Then he pretended to sleep while secretly eavesdropping on conversations from across the room, allowing him to stop his opponents before they could act against him. And if you stand in that same room today, you can still hear someone whispering from the other side.
What room? What room? What room? Zack, what room? Tell me. The room.
He filled up the balloon after being pulled over, and that breath came from deep in his lungs, where alcohol in the blood leaks into the air. The officer would release the air into a glass tube of chemicals, and if the driver had been
This is how did early breathalyzers work? I'm like, what?
drinking, the alcohol in his breath would react with those chemicals, and the color would change, giving the police a reason to.
What if you fart in the balloon? Hear me out, right? Would a fart still produce the same vapors as the breath? It's all air, right? It's all air coming out of you. So you're telling me your farts are powerful enough to fill a balloon? With the right meal before, I mean, yeah. Like, I'm sorry, yo booty weak, bro. See, Yo-Yo got weak farts. Like, his shit is always silent but deadly. That's that protein booty shit he got going on. Like, he don't got no real oomph behind that ass. So, like, his shit just be, like, silent and stank, bruh. He don't got real shit on his shit. You know what I'm saying? Why you should never keep a fox as a pet? Talk to me.
And raised it like a dog. You might think it would make a pretty cool pet, but foxes mark their territory.
You got me all the way fucked up. Right there, you pound. Actually, no, just outside.
constantly, and their pee contains a chemical similar to skunk spray,
Oh.
which would stink up your home. If it gets bored, it would rip holes in your couch and chew up your table,
Oh,
or
hell
just
no.
jump your fence and escape.
Yeah, go ahead and escape, because first of all, trying to domesticate a fox is crazy. Chat, did y'all see that raccoons are trying to domesticate themselves? Like, they really, like, slowly but surely, they becoming pets.
Now, you could try training it with food, but if you ever punish it, it could bite you, which is why they're banned as pets in over 20 states.
Of course, Florida isn't on that list. Of fucking course, Florida isn't on that list.
And some people think they're better served as scarves.
Damn.
He left his
Why you should, how police found a boy missing for 32 years.
toddler standing on the street while he grabbed something inside. But when he came back,
All of that is his fault. Anything that happened to that boy after that, it's that nigga fault right there.
his son was gone.
What did you think was gonna happen? Nigga did 2 + 2 and didn't expect for it to equal 4.
Weeks passed and they still couldn't find him. His mother never stopped searching. She printed thousands of flyers, still believing he was out there. And over 30 years later, police used facial recognition on an old photo of the boy, and they found him. He had been taken by kidnappers who sold him to another family. He was too young to understand what was happening, but 32 years later, he finally went home.
Yo, that's just gotta be so crazy to me. The whole switched at birth thing and kidnapped as a child and sold to a family and things like that. That shit is so crazy to me because you just grow up thinking, this is my family. Whole time you've been kidnapped. And then, like, what if you have a good life?
The machine hinged open, while metal frames held the silicone skin in place. Inside,
Oh, Chad, this is how the tiny alien head worked in Men in Black.
a small puppet sat at a control panel with motors inside.
Bro, this nigga Zack D Films really just make videos about anything. Because who asked for this? Yeah, this is how did the tiny alien head work in Men in Black. Who asked? I did, for sure.
Side of its body, allowing a puppeteer to control its head and limbs. And for close-ups, they built a massive version of the same head, using complex motors to bring it to life. Now, the alien's voice was recorded, then broken up into signals, which told the motors exactly when to move, syncing every jaw and lip motion perfectly to the voice.
Huh.
She got into a bus crash.
Damn! I'm not gonna lie. If this ever happened to a bus off a car, you gotta be going way too fucking fast.
Bus crash and ended up losing her hands. Her prosthetics
Take me out. I don't want to live anymore.
were heavy and hard to use, so she signed up to get real transplants. And that same day, a man died in a bike accident.
I know they not about to put black hands on this woman. Chat, y'all go. Chat, you black, right? You lose both your hands. You taking white hands? You dark skin, right? And then they was like, hey, the only hands we got is white. You taking white hands, chat? Just tan them.
Doctors spent 13 hours attaching
Damn.
his arm to the woman. Now, since the donor was a man, the hands looked
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Yo, forearms crazy. Imagine you see a petite little shit with them fat ass arms.
masculine, and his skin was much darker. But over time, the arms got lighter.
What?
And they even became slimmer, looking more feminine. Now, doctors think her
Huh? How the fuck they did that?
nerves may have actually changed the muscles, but no one knows for sure why this happened.
I call bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. How to turn paper into a knife. All right, chat, listen up. We need this.
Resin before being layered on top of more paper.
Okay.
Then it's clamped between pieces of wood. And after a few days, the liquid hardens and locks every fiber exactly where it is.
Okay.
The hardened paper is then cut into the shape of a knife blade, and the edges are sanded down. Now, its edge is actually made of torn fibers,
Ew.
like microscopic saw teeth.
But wouldn't these, if you try to use it as a knife, they the fibers break into whatever you're cutting? Like, I feel like the fibers would break off into whatever you're...
All those tiny edges line up into one stiff surface, and instead of folding, the force goes straight forward, just like a real knife.
Huh.
They drill a
Okay. How liquor is aged inside of living bamboo.
hole and inject alcohol straight into the bamboo plant. Next,
You getting drunk?
the chopstick is pushed in and snapped off before melted wax is used to seal it. For the next few months, the alcohol stays in the bamboo, soaking up its flavors.
What does bamboo taste like? I didn't think... Sugarcane isn't bamboo, right? That's two separate things. Listen to me. Sugarcane is sugar. Bamboo is grass. It contains water in it. Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know, like, I know they didn't look the same, but I didn't know if there was, like, a tasting difference. How to hide drugs from the cartel. How are you possibly putting drugs in a bamboo? Hold on, chat. Hold on. Because there's liquid... I'm not going to explain too much because I'm on YouTube, right? But, like, there's liquid versions of those things, right? You can turn it into liquid, bring it back to a solid. Hypothetically, though, hypothetically, like, it can be turned, it's like liquid into a solid, hypothetically. And then hypothetically, you can turn it back into a solid once it reaches its destination with the proper steps, hypothetically. So hypothetically, you pop that motherfucker in the bamboo, hypothetically now, hypothetically, FBI, Mr. Agent Man. I know you got a mustache. You're probably bald. Cool glasses. This is all hypothetical. I pay my taxes. I know I made a little jokey joke about tax fraud earlier. I was just joking. It's all hypothetical. Hypothetically, we'll ship it to another country. We have like a whole trade hypothetical. He choked on his fake tooth in the water,
causing the plate holding his fake tooth to loosen and slip down into his throat.
Top 10 worst ways to go out. Top 10, gotta be top 10 ways to go, like, what the, how?
Completely blocking his airway. He began choking, flailing around the water as he tried to breathe. On the bank, another man saw him splashing and slipping under the water, but he thought the man was just swimming, so he walked away.
You see somebody splashing, gasping for air, and you think, hell yeah, is that Matt Rife? Hold on. That kind of do look like Matt Rife. What the fuck?
Oh, he walked away. By the time they realized something was wrong, he had already suffocated from the tooth plate and slipped.
Imagine dying and you can't breathe, and it's not because you drowned. You died of your tooth
beneath the surface. Hours later, police dragged his body from the river and found the tooth plate lodged deep in his throat.
All of that big ass plate from one tooth is crazy. Had to want him out of there. There's no, like, that's so orange. That's the worst luck ever. Not gonna lie. How Shaolin monks pop balloons through glass.
A needle at the window, and the balloon behind it would pop. And that makes it seem like the needle went right through the glass. But because the monk throws it at the perfect angle, the tip of the needle actually hits the glass. This concentrates the force into one tiny point, which causes the glass to crack. The needle actually bounces back, while the force keeps traveling forward, and tiny shards of glass are blasted out the other side, piercing the balloon and making it look like the needle went all the way through.
Okay. The D-Bot.
They opened their new cleaning robot, and it picked up its own packaging, using AI to predict and detect messes. It vacuumed spills before they even hit the ground. It nagged Dad about his socks and chased the kids with a feather duster. It became part of the family. Until one day, it threw their groceries away. Then the dog's bed, then their shoes.
Mess potential eliminated.
It chirped. Then the dog vanished. The kids searched and the parents called until they noticed the robot dragging a trash bag. It jingled and a squeaky toy bounced free.
Mess potential.
Oh, hell no. Bro, boy, man, I would have sent that robot to the upper room, bro.
Eliminated. Floors secure.
A bloody broken broom laid nearby. For a second they stared, but when the robot grabbed the handle, they ran.
Further mess potential detected.
They locked themselves in the bedroom.
Yeah, chat. This is what's happening with AI, bro. It's coming. It's coming. This is what's happening with AI, bro. We're not safe. Y'all want them robots in your home cleaning your shit, right? They finna clean your whole family in a second, not even gonna lie.
And Dad pulled a shotgun from the closet. Suddenly, the door exploded inward. In the chaos, shots rang out. Everything was a blur. The next morning, there was silence. The house gleamed. Not a stain, not a sock,
Yeah, they dead as hell.
not a sound.
Mess potential eliminated.
Yeah, dead as fuck.
They released dozens
Persians use cats to win a battle.
of cats on the front lines as they faced the Egyptian army. And legend says the soldiers hesitated when they saw them. You see, they considered cats sacred and were afraid the gods would strike them down if they caused the cats any harm. As they
There's no way this worked, right? They do praise cats, but like, there's no way that y'all allowed yourselves to get slaughtered.
tried to avoid them, they got distracted, allowing their enemy to break through their defenses.
Oh, shit.
And the Egyptians lost the battle, all because of a few cats.
Well, shit.
When you fed the machine
Okay, turning old documents into toilet paper. Wait, what?
old documents, it would shred them up before soaking them in water. Once the paper turned mushy, it would be spread thin and dried out, and the sheet
This shit probably one ply as hell. You try to wipe your ass and your thumb going straight through the fucking the shit, bro.
would be rolled up into toilet paper for the office. But since the machine cost $100,000,
That's actually a dope ass concept though. That's a very tough concept. Put a bunch of loose leaf and all of that shit and all the extra papers after you grade them, put them in a shredder. You telling me I could be wiping my ass with Dahmer files? Hey, honestly, you might be whopping them motherfuckers with the Epstein files at this point. You know they ain't putting them bitches out. I'm sorry. White people.
you would need 200,000 rolls just to break even, which is probably why it never caught on.
Still a dope concept though. Just make it a little bit cheaper.
They tossed the chainsaw by
How people juggle chainsaws.
the handle, throwing it up in the air above eye level, while angling it towards their other hand. And before it comes back down, they throw a second chainsaw underneath it, using the other hand, this time in the opposite direction.
Oh yeah, that's white people shit for sure.
They grab the handle of the first saw as it falls, keeping their eyes on the second chainsaw in the air instead of looking down. Then, once the second reaches its peak, they throw in a third chainsaw, before tossing the first one with the other hand, freeing it just in time to grab the second saw.
Yeah,
The backpack-
absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's some white people shit for sure.
Was
Why this stolen teddy bear went
stolen
viral?
from the ground while she was on the phone, but inside was her beloved teddy bear, which contained a voice message from her mom.
Oh nah. You gotta be quite possibly the worst person ever. Not even gonna lie. That's real deal scummy shit. Like, he didn't know what was in the bag, but if you did not return that shit, you real deal scummy. I ain't gonna lie.
Before she died of cancer, the woman's story went viral, and strangers from all over the world helped spread security footage of the thief, while offering 15
Hey man, not gonna lie. That nigga, I ain't gonna lie. I'd have to put hands on you. I'd have to put hands on you. No cap.
$1,000 for the reward. A few days later, two men saw the footage and recognized the thief. They managed to get the bear back and returned it to the woman, who was finally able to hear her mom's voice again.
That's actually dope though.
The snail is pulled from its
How escargot is made. Chat, y'all eating this?
Shell after boiling, then it's thrown into a mixer with the others and spun at high speeds. This removes the slime, leaving only the meat. Next, they're boiled again to kill
What is you doing back there?
any bacteria. Meanwhile, the shells are filled with herb butter, and once the snails are done, they're shoved right back in. The butter melts and soaks into the meat, keeping it moist and turning the snails into a gourmet dish.
Chat, would y'all eat that? Be honest, would y'all eat that? Be honest. Never? You gotta try it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You gotta try it a little bit, chat.
He stepped inside the old bank
He got trapped in an old bank vault.
vault while exploring, but the door slammed shut behind him. He was seriously trapped inside, surrounded by concrete walls too thick to cut through. Firefighters rushed to free him, but there was no way to break
Did he die? Maybe no air?
in. So they contacted a former bank worker who somehow still remembered the combination. They turned the dial, unlocked the door, and freed the teen after being stuck for hours.
Huh. I thought he was gonna die or something. I don't know. It just don't seem like a Zack D Films clip without like somebody like just perishing or like some crazy shit.
He grew all
Why doctors wanted his remains?
the way to 7'7".
God
and
damn,
people were
Wimpy.
so fascinated by his height that they started bidding for his body before he even died.
Oh, hell no. Whoever bidding on this motherfucker cannot have it. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I just realized I still haven't ate. I need to order something. I'm gonna order something once we finish recording. I just realized I still haven't ate.
You see, back then, doctors would buy corpses to cut them open and see how they worked. And since the man was so tall, everyone wanted to study his body. But the thought of being hacked up terrified him, so he made his loved ones promise to put him in a lead coffin and bury him at sea, just to ensure no one would take his body. But after
They probably still went and found his shit.
his death, one surgeon offered a lot of money. So his body was taken out and rocks were replaced in the coffin. The surgeon removed the man's skeleton, then put it in his museum, and it remained there until 2023 before it was finally put into
Nah, L fucking family. That was my only wish.
the ocean. Will
Oh, hell no. Bro, you motherfuckers is terrible.
suddenly
Signs of a tsunami is about to hit.
pull away from the beach, and
About to eat some
fish will
cheese,
be
though,
left
Sam.
flapping on the sand. Animals will sense something is wrong and flee. And finally, you'll hear a deep roar as millions of gallons of water form the giant wave. But if you stick around to see it, you'll be crushed as it rushes inland. Instead, move to higher ground immediately. If there's no hill nearby, get to the highest floor of a sturdy building and brace for impact as the wave hits.
Damn.
As they cut open his
The boy whose blood saved 2 million lives. Wait, is that guy that's still alive? There's this guy that's alive that donates to like a lot of babies. He has like golden blood or some shit like that.
chest, he started bleeding severely. And to keep him alive, they pumped him full of donated blood, which ended up saving him. Because of this, he promised to donate his blood once he was old enough. Now, when he did start donating, doctors discovered a rare antibody that could prevent diseases during pregnancy. So
Yep, this is the guy. He has golden blood.
the next 50 years, he donated every 2 weeks, enough for over 3 million doses of medicine, which ended up saving 2 million
Yep.
newborn babies, all because of donated blood.
Hell yeah. W. Did it all for the free though. All for the free. Golden blood, bro. W means. Hey, some people are selfless, bro.
As the bullet hit the tank, fuel would leak
How a fuel tank seals itself after being shot.
out, soaking into layers of rubber built into the tank walls. And one of those layers would begin to swell, expanding inward toward the bullet hole. As it grows, it squeezes until the hole's shut, preventing the fuel from leaking out. You see, the tanks used to be metal, and when they were shot, fuel sprayed into the air, turning into a mist that ignited the
Okay.
plane. So engineers used rubber instead, so it seals the hole and the fuel stays inside. He
kinda
pulled
cool.
the teeth out of
That's kind of cool. A man ate a deer using its own teeth. What?
the deer, then filed them down to the size of human teeth.
I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying.
Next, he used putty to make a denture plate and stuck the teeth to it with household cement. When he stuck them in his mouth, they worked like real dentures. And after cutting up the deer and cooking it,
Eating a deer with its own teeth is so egregious. That's actually so, like, yeah, eat an animal, cool, but taking that motherfucker's teeth to chomp on it, you gotta be stopped. I'm not gonna lie.
he ate it, using that deer's own teeth to chew through its meat.
Oh,
If
hell
your
no.
game looks like this, with your bishop in the fourth,
How this chest trap can force it. Okay, this I really don't give a fuck about.
her claw clip
Claw clip lodges into her head. What?
lodged into her head
Yo!
as the vehicle rolled over during an accident. The force of the impact caused her head to whip back against a metal bar, and the
Oh my
claw
God!
clip pierced her scalp. She was rushed to the hospital, where doctors discovered the claws embedded deep in her head and the clip completely intact. A medical worker removed the clip, and she survived without any lasting brain damage. It has 3 separate floors.
That's actually crazy. What's inside Air Force One? This is gonna be the last one, chat.
Stacked as tall as a 6-story building. This is Air Force One, the president's White House in the air. On the main floor, there's a presidential suite with a bedroom, office, and private bathroom. And down the hall, staff and guests work in offices and lounges.
Okay.
A full medical center sits on board, with a doctor ready for any emergencies mid-flight. 2 kitchens can prepare thousands of meals, feeding up to 100 people at once. And
Damn.
even if it can't land, it can refuel in the air, allowing it to keep flying for days.
That last part I did not know. You can refuel that motherfucker in air. That's actually some sick ass shit. I ain't gonna lie. All this is full of potholes. Nah, fucking facts, bro. That's where my tax dollars going. That has been the end of Zack D Films, though. Shout out to Zack. W clips, W information. And if you want to see some more Zack videos, let me know. Just let me know you fuck with it and I'll give you more. What we finna do now, chat, is we're going to react to someone that we haven't yet reacted to, but we all know him. We're gonna look at one of the most infamous short creators ever.
They tie
Hold on, chat. We're gonna be watching some Zack D films, chat. Yeah, bro. This has some of the most outlandish shorts content I've ever seen on a platform. But we gonna check it out. You know what I'm saying? So this first one, chat, is why elephants never escape.
a
Listen.
small rope around the baby's leg, tight enough that it can't break free.
Okay.
Now, the elephant pulls and tugs for days, but the rope holds tight.
Okay.
Eventually, the baby gives up. But once the elephant is fully grown, they still tie it up. And even though it's now strong enough to snap the rope with ease, it doesn't. It stands there, bound up like it was when it was young. You see, it still believes that the rope is stronger than him, meaning what's holding it back isn't the rope, it's just the belief that breaking free is impossible. They tie.
Hell yeah.
She cries.
Doctor operates on the wrong eye.
Cried tears of blood when she woke up from surgery. You see, she was supposed to have work done on the left eye, but the doctor had operated on the wrong one. Realizing the mistake, he pulled out a needle and injected it into the correct eye. Then he grabbed a pair of scissors.
Yo!
And without gloves or proper tools,
Yo!
he started cutting. She screamed for him to stop, but he ignored her. And when it was over,
Yo, why is he barefoot?
she was left with permanent damage to both eyes. She
What? What the fuck? What? How did we get? Okay, for sure, for sure.
She painted one canvas
The
a
painter's
day,
fortune.
and each one
Yeah.
sold for thousands online.
Okay.
One day, an
Excuse me.
investor approached her. He asked her why she only did one painting a day.
Okay.
She told him she liked to paint casually in the morning and spend the rest of her day gardening and taking care of her cats.
Okay.
He ran the numbers, showed her what she could earn if she painted 5 a day. That was more than she needed. She asked what she would do with all that money. He told her she could hire assistants, scale the whole thing, 10 paintings a day, maybe more. He showed her an even larger number. Again, she asked what she would do with all that money.
Okay.
Then he showed her the real plan, a studio, a team of artists, a system that produced 100 paintings a day. She
What?
would be rich. He could see it clearly. A thriving business, maximum profit. She asked what she would do if she was rich.
Okay, God, bro, you keep telling her she can make so much money, and she keeps saying, "What would I need all this money for?" And then you think, but more money.
He explained it to her carefully. With that kind of wealth, she could do anything. She could casually paint when she wanted to. She could garden in the afternoons, spend time with her cats, whatever she wants. She agreed that sounded like a beautiful life, and he finally realized that she was already living it. She painted one canvas.
Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off.
If you swabbed the inside of your belly button
Ew.
and placed it into warm milk.
What the fuck? Who would do that? Who would do that? Who would do that? Why would you do that? This makes no sense. This is titled belly button cheese. Why would we do this? Why would we do this?
Microbes inside the gunk would start breaking the milk down, which would turn it into cheese. Now, if hundreds of people donated their body bacteria for this, there would be enough to stock an entire deli case with this gunky cheese. But you probably wouldn't want to eat it because it'll smell exactly like the person it came from. If you
What the fuck are we? Yo, what's the idea process behind this bitch, bro? What is the ideal process behind this bitch, bro? This nigga, if you did this, why are we doing that? Why is we doing this? Let's be honest. Let's add serious question. Why are we doing this? All right, what's the next one, bro?
if you wake up
How to escape a morgue freezer. Let's watch.
in a morgue freezer, the low temperatures will kill you in just a few hours.
Okay.
To escape, feel around the door for a latch to open it from the inside.
Okay.
If it doesn't have one, look for any equipment that was left in there with you. Wedge it between the door and the frame
Hell
to try
yeah.
and pry the door open.
Chat, listen up.
If
This is great information. Y'all might need this one day.
work, kick hard against the refrigeration vent in
Mm-hmm.
the ceiling. Once it breaks through, it will stop the fan from cooling the freezer, keeping
Hell
you
yeah.
warm enough until someone finds you. If you wake up
Very important information, chat. Like, actually, don't forget that. Like, feel around for the door. Also, feel around for equipment that was left in there. Write this down. Write this down, chat. No cap. Write this shit down, bro. No cap, bro. Write this shit down, bro.
poop dropped on the
All right, what the fuck? The death of Godfrey the Hunchback.
assassin as he waited beneath the toilet.
I know you
ready to
fucking lying.
attack. He had climbed up the toilet chute, which emptied outside the castle walls, unnoticed by any guards. And he waited silently until the Duke sat down to relieve himself. At that moment, the assassin lunged his spear straight into the Duke's butt. It tore into his body, causing massive internal injury.
Look at his face. Look at his face, bro. Oh my god. Look at
Massive internal
Bro.
injuries, and he slowly bled for days before finally dying. Poop
Okay.
dropped on Your ears would look
What would 200-year-old ears look like?
like this if you lived to be 200 years old.
Okay.
Stretched, drooping, and noticeably large. And this is because your ears never stop growing. They expand ever so slightly every year. The cartilage inside weakens over
You know what? The girl that gives me allergy shots actually just talked to me about this. Apparently your nose and your ears never stop growing.
The cartilage inside weakens over time, and gravity slowly pulls them downward, elongating their shape.
Ew.
And the same thing happens to your nose.
What the
it
fuck?
grows longer, its tip droops, and the nostrils widen, giving it a distinctly aged, exaggerated appearance. Your ears would
What the fuck? Chat, I don't know about y'all. That's not gonna happen to me though. I'm different. Like I'm different, like for real.
The thieves
Devil's breath turns victim into zombies.
blow a handful of powder into their victims' faces, causing them to fall into a hypnotic, zombie-like state. They then
Bruh.
voluntarily hand over valuables,
Bruh.
money, and even PIN codes with little memory of the events afterwards. But some even die. That's because the powder is devil's
the
breath,
fuck?
a dangerous Colombian drug extracted from a flower that can cause seizures, respiratory failure, and heart attack.
What
The thieves
fuck?
blow a handful of powder.
Okay.
Steel
What does a cofferdam do?
structures are
I actually
rammed
saw
deep
this one the
into
other day.
Seabed as powerful pumps drain it until a patch of ground appears.
Bro, actually, I really see this is something I actually did learn from Zack D films, bro. I never knew how they started the process of building bridges, bro. I thought they just threw the motherfucking brick down there. No, they siphon the water out, bro.
This hole in the sea lets people easily work in bodies of water, but if it isn't built correctly, the enormous pressure could cave it in, forcing thousands of gallons of water through the walls.
Okay.
Workers are swept away and sometimes buried under tons of sediment.
How?
Steel structures
Wait, you're supposed to just tell us what it does. Why the fuck do I, bro? How do
are
we,
swept away and sometimes buried.
how do we get here? Yo, you just supposed to tell us how this shit works, man. I don't know how the fuck we got here, but this shit don't make no sense.
He attached himself to 1,000
Balloon flight ends in tragedy. Oh my god.
helium balloons and lifted off as it began to rain. Now, he was supposed to land in a town over 600 miles away. But
600?
the storm picked up and blew him
Oh.
all the way over the ocean. He
Oh my
called
God.
the Navy to try to tell them where he was, but he didn't know how to use his GPS.
Oh my
And
God.
After weeks of searching, they found only his balloons until his body surfaced 2 months later. He
Damn.
attached himself to 1,000
1,000 is crazy. 1,000 is
When
crazy.
the alarm goes
This bed forces you to wake up.
off, it triggers an air compressor hidden under your bed. This releases a high-powered air into pistons attached to the bed frame, causing them to fire. This slams the bed away from the floor and
Oh fuck no. Oh hell no. What are we doing? Right, you want me to die every fucking morning?
launches you straight into the air. At the same time, trumpets
Bruh.
blare loudly and bright lights flash from the headboard,
Oh, hell
ensuring
no.
there's no way you can oversleep. When the alarm
Bro,
goes,
I'm not doing that. Bro, I'd rather just oversleep. No cap.
if you fall
How to survive an alligator pond. Come on, Zach. Give us some tips, chat. Make sure y'all writing this down. Y'all ready? Y'all got your pens and papers? Come on, bruh. Y'all got your pens and papers, bruh? Let's go.
into water filled with alligators. You might try to swim back to shore as fast as you can.
Okay.
But the splashing will only attract them. Instead, slowly swim towards the shore without any sudden movements. Now, if one starts swimming towards you, yell loudly and splash water in its face to scare it off. If it still grabs you, hit it hard in its eyes and nose.
Hell
These
yeah.
spots are sensitive and will force the alligator to let go, giving you a chance.
So when you scream at it, chat, it gets disoriented. And then, like, you know, even though it goes underwater and, like, you know, survives in water, if you splash it with water, that's different. You feel me? Like that's totally different, and it brings a different vibe, and like they can't really handle that. You feel me? So that's why you gotta splash it and then yell, because when you yell, it disorients it and shit. So like you could do that, but then if it gets you, you know what I'm saying, like hit it in its eye. We all got like these sensitive areas and shit. You know what I'm saying? So the elevator did though, for sure.
To escape safely.
Hell yeah.
Fall into water. When you pull the
Why you can't win the shooting games? Come on, chat. Listen up. This is why you suck, bro. Come on. We're learning, chat. We're learning today. Love this.
trigger, a burst of BBs fire out of the gun, hitting the paper with sharp, clean little holes.
Okay.
Now, to win this carnival game, you must completely shoot out the star. But each BB weakens the paper around it, making it softer and less stable. So instead of punching clean holes, they'll eventually just slip through different sections without it tearing.
Okay.
Meaning it's actually harder to remove the red star the more you shoot. When you pull,
For sure.
they
Rubbing dead criminals to heal. Yep.
the dead person's hand against their open wound. You see,
Flag on the play. Flag on the fucking play. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. For sure. Hell yeah.
people thought when criminals died, it gave them special healing powers. So they rubbed their wounds on the corpse's hand, hoping the sickness would transfer into their dead body. And it was especially popular for skin problems and infections. But in reality, the corpse's hand could easily spread bacteria into the wound, making things much worse. They rubbed
Ew. Look.
bacteria into the wound, making things much
Ew. That's fucking gross.
worse.
All
They
right.
rubbed the balloon
Treatment for severe headaches.
is pushed into your nose and quickly inflated while you hold your breath. This is done if the small bones in your sinuses are out of place. As it expands, it pushes against the bones, causing them to click back into the right position. As they move, the balloon suddenly expands into your throat. Next, it's popped by a toothpick, allowing you to breathe again. This is done 7 more times, opening every cavity in your nose. And as the bones move, the pressure in your head is relieved, putting an end to your pain.
This is just getting your sinuses like fixed. Chat, this is a surgery that I thought I needed. Like this is that kind of surgery. This is not to fix headaches, I don't think. Unless you get bad sinus headaches, maybe. But it's dead as a surgery to fix your sinuses. That's what that's for.
They
Deepest hole on earth. Let's get it.
drilled the deepest hole ever dug, reaching over 7 miles into the earth.
Okay.
And after 30 years of digging, they lowered down a microphone and captured this sound. Now, many believed they had drilled into hell itself, and even some said a demon had escaped through the hole. But it turned out the recording had never actually happened. Instead, Christian TV networks cut together sounds from the horror movie and used it to try and prove that hell exists. They
Oh my god. What are these shorts, bro? What are these shorts? Jumping into a pool of stomach acid. Why would we do this? What is teachable about this? Why would we do this?
Over 1 million people somehow pulled
Yo!
out their stomachs. The acid could fill a pool about this size. And if you jumped in, after a few minutes, you'd feel a horrible burning sensation as your outer layers of skin started to melt away. If you stayed in for hours,
Hell
it
yeah.
would keep breaking you down layer by layer, eating through your muscles
Hell
and
yeah.
tissues. And after a few days, your body would literally start falling apart as the acid dissolved it, turning you into a slimy mess.
Great information, chat. I hope you're all learning something. I really do. Like, this is very valuable information. Let's get it done. All right, so we got to find everybody in the world and get them to take their stomach out of their belly and pour the acid into the tub. And then I think that's where we get started at. Who's volunteering to go first? Nah, it can't be me. I have to record it for the live stream. So, like, you going first, Shrek? All right, bet. Real niggas. Hey, all the niggas who's going first, we gonna call you the real nigga crew. RNCs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might not be able to witness what goes down after, because, like, once you rip your stomach out, you're kind of cooked. But, like, just know it was for a great fucking cause. Y'all really certified in my book. Only if you said me. Only if you said you'd be the first ones to volunteer. Volunteer, bro. I'll dap you up, bro. So this for you. If you didn't volunteer, don't dap me up, bro. If you didn't, I'm gonna say it again. If you didn't volunteer, don't dap me up, bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Shout out my RNCs, bro.
8 men.
The group shaving machine. What are we doing?
And rest their heads on a metal bar as a sharp moving blade
I know you fucking lying. I know, nigga.
is powered by a crank that the barber turns. Once
This nigga said work smarter, not harder. You about to kill them niggas. You about to You about to kill them niggas trying to work smarter, not harder, bro. Nigga said, why would I just shave one when I can shave 8 and make 8 times the money? I'm like, oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god.
the machine starts, the blade moves across the row,
Look.
shaving each man's face in one continuous sweep. Now everyone has to stay perfectly still
Oh, hell no.
because the blade doesn't stop or slow down. If one person sneezed as the blade passed, he could end up with cuts or worse. And this is why the
What the fuck was that? Yo, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Nigga sneezing. Nigga sneezed and lost a nose, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
down.
Bro.
If one person sneezed as the blade passed,
Look at how
he
that
could
shit
end up
cut
with
it off. Look.
cuts or worse. And this is why this device never really caught on.
Oh
8 men.
my god, bro. Nigga went in and got a fucking nose job. Oh my god. Alright, what's this? Why are babies born so helpless? Did she just hold the fuck up? That shit is such a crazy start. Bruh, hold on.
When a baby is
Just
born,
dropped.
they can't
And she just walked off? She just dropped that motherfucker out the hoo-ha, out the snatch, and then walked off. Oh my god. She dropped that motherfucker out her snatch and walked off, bro. Bonnie Blue. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro.
is born.
Look, gone.
They can't really
She said eat his fetus.
do anything except lay there and squirm. But other animals can walk and move around right after they're born. So why are human babies so helpless?
Oh my
it's
God.
actually because human brains are huge, designed for language and problem solving. And if we stayed in the womb long enough to develop other capabilities like walking, our heads would be too big to come out, resulting in death and the eventual extinction of our species.
Oh my
So
God.
instead, humans are born earlier and more helpless. But this is also why we're smarter than every other animal. When a baby is
Oh
born,
my
they
God.
can't really do anything except lay there and
Oh my
squirm.
god.
The man
Family drops case after orca death.
was found floating on top of a killer whale's tank at SeaWorld.
Damn, that motherfucker took a munch. That motherfucker took a bite. God damn. God damn.
And deep scratches covered his body, indicating that the whale had killed him. His parents immediately filed a lawsuit, believing SeaWorld was at fault. But investigators discovered that the man had stayed in the park after hours and snuck into the whale's enclosure. Because he was trespassing, his parents dropped the case, still left wondering what he was doing there to begin with.
Hold on real quick. Why mama counting a thick? I'm sorry. Bro, oh my God. Bro, chat, am I tripping, bro? Come on, bro. That motherfucker.
His parents dropped.
Come on, chat. You know, hey, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not wrong, bro. Come on, bro. Got a little shape, right?
Still
I'm not. No. Nothing about no milk, nothing. I just said that little motherfucker back there. You know what I'm saying?
Wondering what he was doing there to begin with.
Finna have another child. Oh my God.
The dolls had
the doll that caused riots.
Massive eyes, puffed cheeks, and twisted mouths. And even though they were ugly, kids were desperate to have them.
That is
Thousands of parents lined up in front of stores, but only a few hundred dolls were ever in stock. When the doors opened, people shoved, punched, and even swung baseball bats.
Okay, what the fuck? God damn!
The doors open, people shoved, punched, and even swung baseball bats just to grab a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh, the Cabbage Patch. I did have one, actually. I had a Cabbage Patch Kid. I'm not gonna lie.
Some even waited in the freezing cold with catcher's mitts after a radio station joked that they would drop some from a plane.
Oh my God.
But only the luckiest kids got the dolls they wanted until the craze ended. The dolls had massive eyes, puffed cheeks, and twisted mouths. And even though they were ugly, kids were desperate to have them. Thousands of parents lined up in front of stores, but only a few hundred dolls were ever in stock. When the doors opened, people shoved, punched, and even swung baseball bats just to grab a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh my God!
Some even waited in the freezing cold with catcher's mitts after a radio station joked that they would drop some from a plane. But only the luckiest kids got the dolls they wanted until the craze ended.
Why does she do that? Oh my God. Oh my God. Nigga says skill issue. Oh my God, bro.
If you
how many dollar bills would stop a bullet?
Shot a bullet at a stack of dollar bills.
This is such crazy
it would
facts.
tear right through them with ease. And this is because a low-powered rifle fires at around 1,000 feet per second.
Okay.
That's enough to rip through several $100 bills. But as soon as it passes through, the paper fibers slow it down, absorbing its energy.
Okay.
And if you tightly packed thousands of bills together, it could stop a bullet completely, meaning it would only cost you about $4,000 to save your life. If you shot to save your life. It was his
knocking in space.
first time alone in space, drifting quietly over the Earth. Then suddenly, he heard something.
Nigga.
It sounded like someone was tapping on the hull of the spacecraft with a wooden hammer. But he was completely alone inside.
Okay.
He looked out the window, seeing nothing. Putting his ear to the wall, he listened carefully. Still, no explanation. You see, it's actually impossible to hear anything in space, since there's no air to carry sound. Astronauts on other missions reported hearing the same sound, and when they tried to replicate it on the inside, nothing matched. Now, some think it was the spacecraft expanding and contracting from temperature changes, but others wonder if something else was out there.
Okay, bruh. All right, bruh. don't know about that one, but
He twisted
this invention made
a
millions.
piece of wire into a coil, creating a spring that allowed it to open and close. He then added a simple clasp to cover the sharp point. You see, before, people used straight pins, which were unprotected and caused injuries and infection.
Why would he? Oh
The
my
man's
God.
genius design prevented this and became the first ever
Safety pin.
But because he was so desperate to pay off a $15 debt, he sold the patent for just $400.
No way this is real. No way.
Eventually, the safety pin made millions, while he died a poor but respected inventor.
Oh, damn. Sucks to suck, bro. All right.
Beneath
The city below New York.
New York would be a miniature version of the city. Air shafts would stretch up to the surface, pulling in fresh air, and a power grid hidden under the streets would keep it running. This could be used for extra housing once the city above ran out of space. But blasting out a hole this huge would be almost impossible. And even if we could, New York City would soon collapse into it, meaning the idea never took off. Beneath New York,
Who the fuck had this dumbass idea?
he slipped
Oh God, he turned his amputated leg into a lamp. What are we doing? 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 What are we doing?
in the kiddie pool and shattered the bones in his leg. And the injury got so infected that doctors had to amputate it. Now, normally, the cut...
Nigga? They put it on a... Like, even if they was to fucking cremate the shit, they gonna put it on a conveyor belt? My nigga?
it.
Bruh.
Now, normally, the cut off leg would be
Flame broiled. Right.
incinerated, but the man decided to keep it. He had it preserved in a glass jar before turning it into a lamp for his living room. And when he needed money for a new prosthetic, he tried to sell it on eBay for $80,000. But unfortunately for him, you can't sell body parts online. He slipped in the
Don't piss
kiddie
me off.
pool.
Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off.
When you
Why do snowballs stick together?
squeeze snow into a snowball maker, it turns it into a perfect sphere. But
Tight.
why doesn't it just fall apart? Well, each snowflake has tiny pointed edges, and when pressed together, they actually hook into each other like puzzle pieces. The
Okay.
squeezing makes a tiny bit of heat, which melts the edges just enough to stick together like glue. Then, once you stop pressing, the snow quickly freezes again, locking the flakes tightly in place, giving you a perfect sphere. When you squeeze snow into
That last nigga was ugly, bro.
a perfect sphere,
Look. Yo, this last nigga ugly as shit. What the fuck? Okay, alright. We got a couple more, chat. Gorilla reunites with friend after 5 years.
the moment the gorilla was born, the man cared for him like part of his family. They lived together for 5 years, until eventually the time came to release him.
Okay.
It was sad, but necessary. 5 years later, the man went back to the jungle. And when he called, the gorilla suddenly appeared. But he didn't know if he remembered him. He ran toward the man, and for a moment, he feared for his life. But as soon as the gorilla reached him, he embraced him and cuddled up to his old friend. He even introduced him to his friends. And when it came time to say goodbye, the gorilla didn't want to let go. From the
Okay, we gonna get into the most popular. We gonna see what really brought in the views for Zack D.
When you get stitches, a doctor threads a needle through your wound and
Okay.
pulls it tight to close the skin.
Okay.
As the stitches hold the edges together, the wound becomes inflamed as new cells begin to repair the
I
tissue.
think I've seen this one.
Afterwards, connective tissues and collagens start to create skin.
Tight.
Then, blood vessels form
Ew.
to nourish these developing tissues, filling in the area. And over a few weeks, the wound will have healed together and the
You know what's so crazy, chat? Is that your body dead ass does heal itself. It may need a little bit of help, but bro, if your body didn't heal itself, the stitches wouldn't do shit. It would just hold your skin together, but it'd always be open. Like, this is so crazy. We all Piccolo. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
the stitches are removed. When you get stitches, if you get a
How splinters get unstuck.
splinter, most people just go ahead and pull them out.
Okay.
But sometimes they get lodged so deep into your skin that you can't reach them. If the area
Chat, I fucking hate splinters, bro. That's like the worst.
gets infected, it will start to swell as pus forms under the skin.
Oh my
This
God.
creates pressure around the splinter that can sometimes push it upwards towards the skin's surface. And if you're lucky, after a certain period of time, your body could have completely removed it from your skin.
Oh,
If you
okay. Could ancient armor stop bullets?
shot a bullet at ancient armor, some people think it could actually stop the impact.
Now,
But
come on
armor
now.
like chainmail was designed to block slashing swords, and plate armor was even better at deflecting strikes by spreading the blunt force across more area, lessening its impact. But
Okay.
these materials weren't very good at stopping arrows, which had enough energy to enter the armor, so a bullet would have no trouble going right through.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck thought that shit could stop it.
If you
How? Wow! How long are your blood vessels?
somehow removed all of the blood vessels in your body and tied them together, you might think it would be about this long. But the human body has thousands of these tiny vessels that weave in and out of every body part. And with all of them combined, if you started in New York, your blood vessels would make it all the way to the Grand Canyon. It would go on to reach all the way across the Pacific Ocean, over Japan, Asia, and all of Europe. And not only would it make it all the way back to your starting point, but it would be able to make this trip 2 to 4 times
I don't know about this one.
over. If you
I don't know about that one.
when a doctor
Oh my God, blown veins.
gives you a shot, they can sometimes accidentally push the needle all the way through your vein, which ends up puncturing both sides. Once the needle is removed, it leaves 2 holes in the vein. And before the body can thicken the blood and seal these holes,
Ugh.
it bleeds into the surrounding tissues.
Ugh.
This leaked blood forms a dark, tender area under the skin,
This actually happened to me before, chat.
creating bruises and splotchy areas. When a doctor
Yeah, fucking sucks.
If you lose one of your adult teeth, the bone where the
Bone
tooth
grafting
once
explained.
was can start to deteriorate. To prevent further damage, a dentist will fill the cavity with a synthetic material that mimics real bone. Once filled, a metal bracket is secured on top and the incision is closed. After the graft has healed, a large implant post is inserted.
This does not happen all the time. Cause, nigga, chat, I have a tooth gone. Maybe if you get an implant, but like, nigga, I just got a tooth taken out. They ain't do that shit. What the fuck was that big ass metal plate? What is this? They just nailed that bitch into your gums? What the fuck?
On top, and the incision
Am I
is
bugging?
closed. After the graft has healed, a large implant post is inserted into the new bone.
This does happen if you get an implant. If you get an implant and not a bridge, this does happen.
Then a small metal piece is screwed in and a porcelain tooth is secured on top. If you
That whole metal sheet part is crazy. Saws that stop for fingers.
accidentally touched
Oh,
a
okay.
table saw, you'd probably
Okay.
think your fingers would be cut off. But this isn't always the case. You see, some modern
Yeah, please don't test that theory.
high-end saws actually know the difference between wood and your skin. Once your finger comes in contact with these special saws, it immediately detects the electrical conductivity from your skin. This triggers an immediate mechanical response that
Let's test it, best man. Put your finger
stops the
here.
blade in less than 5 milliseconds.
Oh my God.
If you accidentally
Yeah, don't. Why is he already missing 2 fingers? Am I bugging? Bro, this nigga's already missing 2 fucking fingers. Oh God, he been tried that shit.
When a honeybee stings a human, they actually get stuck for a while and can't leave. And this is because their stinger is barbed, which means it can't retract once it's lodged into something. But once the bee finally pulls away, its insides get ripped out because the stinger stays in the skin. This leaves the bee without some of its internal organs, resulting in its death. When a honeybee stings, have you ever wondered about this little dangly thing at the back of your throat? Well, even though it looks like a miniature punching bag, it actually serves a handful of important functions. You see, when you swallow food, this thing called a uvula actually swings backwards to prevent the food from going up your nose. It's also constantly producing saliva to keep the throat moist, which aids in swallowing. And because there's a tiny muscle inside the uvula, it can—
Oh, so it's a girl house. Chat, was that a good reference? Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Come on, that was come on, chat. That was bean flicking. Oh my God, chat. Bro, Monster House, man. Y'all don't get the Monster House reference? You niggas suck. Oh my God, y'all suck. Shout out to all the niggas that got it, bruh. Oh my God.
You move around, which helps you speak.
Type. Okay.
If you're trapped—
all right, last one, chat. Write this down.
If you're trapped in the trunk of a vehicle, you should immediately start searching for the glow-in-the-dark release hatch. If you don't see the latch, don't panic. Trunks are not airtight, so there's no risk of running out of oxygen. Try feeling around the edges of the trunk for a handle. This may allow you to release the seat back. As a last resort, kick out one of the brake lights. This small opening will allow you to signal for help.
Yeah. Best man for sure getting kidnapped, bro. Gullible. Oh my God. All right, man. Well, that has been a fucking Zack D films, bro. These facts are insane, bro. But shout out to Zack D. Keep making these, bro. They're pure entertainment, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we do learn some shit for sure, but these are also very entertaining. All right, man. Look, we got us something a little different today. As I was reacting to memes, I came across this channel. And I was like, this isn't who I think it is. I gotta see what they're posting. Cause they look like somebody we know, but they're not. So everybody knows we made a video on Zack D Films and his crazy shorts or TikToks, whatever you want to call them. And I came across this channel. It's called Zack Films, not Zack Films, Zack Films. And he has quite possibly some of the wildest TikToks or shorts I've ever seen. So we're going to take a look at some of his wild shorts. Let's get it. This one I seen and I was like, yeah. Well, this is not the original one I seen that brought me to the channel, but I seen this one and I was like, yeah, I got to check this out.
If the cow eats blueberries, could the milk come out purple? You see, milk is composed of 90% water. The rest is made up of lactose, fat, and protein, and this causes its white color. So,
you know, and I was watching this, I was like, where could he possibly take this? Where could you take this? Where could this go? This goes, nobody can predict how this ends. I swear to you.
If a cow eats 39mm bullets, it could become a Kalashnikov automatic rifle. If the cow...
Bro, I was like, when I first saw this, I'm like, yo, there's no way this worked out in somebody's brain where they was like, yeah, this is the hit right here. This is the one. All right, so we're going to go through a couple ones that I haven't seen, and we're going to just see what the channel hitting for, bro.
When an ostrich sticks its head in your ass, you might think it's a defense method to hide from predators.
What? Fuck? Okay.
But in reality, it's probably just making a simple check for its Clash of Clans village.
Oh my God, what the fuck? Clash of Clans? Is this a sponsor? Yo, what? This is like a fucking, this is an acid trip, bro.
The baby was playing, but a bear starts attacking. What the fuck is happening? Where's that bitch going?
just started speaking. Is that Japanese? Who farted? I'm so confused.
Bear starts attacking. What the fuck
Nigga did a fucking
is happening? Where's that bitch
nigga did a barrel roll over the fucking baby. Who is this with heels on inside?
going?
Why is the bear hitting? The bear's hitting full sprints like he was in Get Out or something. Look, why do you look like that?
是他们不需要的麻烦。Damo, what the fuck? The baby.
Wait, I didn't know that's where that was going. Oh my god.
Here's how to win the jump rope in Squid Game step by step.
Okay.
What you need is focus and concentration.
Okay.
Then make sure the doll has not eaten an explosive chili burrito.
Oh hell no.
Take a few steps forward and focus on the rotation of the rope so that you can calculate the turns per second and figure. Here's how to win the jump rope in Squid Game.
Okay.
What the fuck are you doing? Don't put fucking sugar in your coffee. Instead, put in Husqvarna 440 gas-powered chainsaw, 40cc.
Hold on.
What the fuck are you doing?
Don't
put fucking sugar in your coffee.
Okay.
Instead, put in.
Where's the chainsaw from? Where'd this come from? I'm a little confused. I can't fathom any reason on why sugar in a coffee would require a chainsaw. But I digress. Okay.
Husqvarna 440
What the fuck is a Husqvarna?
gas-powered chainsaw, 40cc, 2.4 HP. What the fuck?
For sure. I had an aneurysm. That can only explain what the fuck just happened here. It was an aneurysm, right? For sure.
If you take out all your teeth and replace them with 64 gigabyte USB sticks, would you increase your storage capacity? Technically, yes, but only if you don't live in Florida.
Wait, why?
Because in 1897,
Changing teeth with USB sticks is illegal. Signed the president, Michael Jordan, 1897. All right, bro.
it became illegal. Because a guy who... If you take...
It feels like I took bad drugs, bro. I swear it feels like I took bad drugs. What the fuck?
If you want to grow your abs faster,
Okay,
stop
tight.
doing ab exercises using only your body weight.
Okay.
Instead, add high-performance motor oil to your protein shake
Hell yeah.
and do these exercises. Reverse plank, the tapeworm, and the most important, the French baguette. If you want to grow...
Nigga was... That motherfucker went in his... Bro. How? How do we get here? None of this makes any sense. Yo. Oh my... It's like... Bro, Zack D films already be on crack. It's like that, but like laced. I don't know how you lace crack with something stronger. Crack lace fent or something. But this is something. Because none of this shit makes any sense, bro.
Do you know how babies are really...
Did she just fart that motherfucker out? Her urge butch? She did. She farted it out. Nobody was there to catch it.
How babies are
Out the window. T-posing.
really born?
For sure.
You're probably thinking of the traditional method we all know, but it's really not. You see,
Okay.
if you want to have a baby in no time, all you have to do is put in the microwave. Tomato sauce, triple speed screwdriver with double battery, baby oil, a cow for milk, and finally a Pignani 512 Stradale.
Oh, I feel like everything's pretty easy to get, but the tomato sauce. I'm tripping. Like, I feel like these are very fair ingredients. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you don't want to go the traditional route, go ahead and get you those items. I know it's gonna be a little hard to find some tomato sauce, but I you know, if you really want it bad enough, you know what I'm saying?
Baby oil, a cow for milk,
All
and
this
finally
makes-
a Pignani
this makes
512
perfect
Stradale.
sense.
After 3 minutes, you should have a result like this. Do you know how...
Fuck yeah. Let me see what these Zack D films from Temu.
Do you... This bullet is illegal in all states of the world because
Okay.
due to its strange, sharp spiral
I think this is the one that I saw in a fucking compilation.
design, It is able to expand, taking the shape of a petal. This happens after impact with a tissue or object, increasing its perforation capacity and lethality. The manufacturer of this bullet stopped making them in 2000 because they discovered that by shooting someone in the ass, it began to spin like a spiral. This bullet is
Oh my god. Comment me thinking it's a normal video. Bro, he had me in the first half. I'm not gonna lie. He had me in the first half.
If your nuts are itching, you probably just have a hungry LeBron James.
A hungry LeBron on the nutsacks is crazy.
Who simply must have thought he was on a mega fried chicken wing.
Is this racist? Oh. There's a little bit of racism sprinkled in this motherfucker. Okay, why the actual fuck is there LeBron James over there and the what? Wait, hold.
So, if you want to solve if your nuts
Nigga.
are itching, you probably just have a hungry LeBron James who simply must have thought he was on a mega fried chicken wing. So, if you want to solve if your nuts are itching,
This doesn't make any sense. Oh my god, this makes no sense, bro.
if you fire a bullet at an ancient iron helmet,
Hell
most
yeah.
people might think that it would stop the impact.
Okay.
But these types of helmets were designed to stop weapons, such as swords, preventing the person from being cut by the sharp blade.
Type.
So if you shoot an iron helmet at a giant bullet, it will an iron helmet at a giant bullet, it will surely be able to stop it. If you fire
I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. It's getting lost. Lost in the sauce. None of this ever makes any sense. Oh my god.
in 1934, a
Okay.
man was stung by a bee. This caused
Why he moan? Why he moan? Why did he moan?
severe and intense pain. But the bee did not intend to sting the man voluntarily. It just In 1934, a man was stung by a bee. This
Nigga broke out into a song and dance. Fuck it, let's get it. Hold on.
caused severe and
Let me see
intense
that shit.
pain. But the
Run that
bee
bitch
did not
back.
intend to
Run that
sting
bitch
the
back.
man voluntarily. It just In 1934, a
I
man
don't know what the fuck they were singing, but actually the most normal ending for a Zack D film. Actually, very very much so. The one other than that said nigga the other day.
Have
So
you
other-
ever
earlier
wondered
so.
why we sit on chairs?
Cause why is he so thick? It looked like he got his face. What? Everything is wrong with this. Where is his shoes?
We rely on 4 sticks to hold the weight of our whole body. But my
Damn.
uncle prefers to sit on a loaded SPAS-12. And have you ever
I jumped. I got scared. I got scared. I jumped. I did. You know what I'm saying? It happens. It happens to, you know what I'm saying? Gangsters get scared too. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing.
If you break your arm and you don't go to the doctor, it may grow back deformed.
Why the fuck does he look like? Ew. 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 Why does he look like that though? Chat. I said chat. Would y'all rather have a deformed mouth like this or deformed arm? Let me know.
Back deformed. But if you break your arms and legs, you might be
She look like. I know you fucking lying. I was about to say he looked like what happens to the motherfuckers in Stranger Things once they get the Vecna's curse. Look straight out of Vecna.
you might become the propeller of an MH-6 Little Bird helicopter. If you break your arm and you
Turn that nigga sideways. Oh hell no.
The guy was about to make a joke, but something went wrong.
Okay.
Bro, you almost scared me.
I got you. Bro, let's play a new game. Okay. You ready?
Prank
Yes.
gone wrong.
Yay.
Wise old man says, chocolate is like people.
Okay.
The lighter it is, the better it tastes.
I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing. Like, it's a little racist, but it's like, is it racist if the black people aren't getting eaten? Like, you're saying lighter is better, but for eating. You know what? You got it. You eat that shit. You know what? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, you eat that shit. Hell yeah.
If you forget your house keys and the door won't open, here's what to do. Take your credit card, which should be strong enough,
Okay.
then swipe it between your ass and check if it's clean.
Now be honest. After the swipe, how many of y'all coming out with a clean card? Don't say me, cause I know some of y'all shitty booty. Don't everybody say me at once. I know some of y'all shitty booty, bruh.
If it's not clean enough, if you forget your house
What? What?
clean, if it's not clean enough, if
Zack, you cutting it real close, Twinzo. Damn, this is even better than the original channel, not gonna lie.
If you step on a bear trap, the jaws will snap shut with over 600 pounds of force,
Okay.
instantly crushing bone and tearing through muscle. But here's what to do to remove it.
Okay.
You'll probably scream, but don't panic.
Okay.
If you step on
That's probably the best advice you've given. Probably, quite possibly, the best advice you've given. Everything you said in here makes so much sense. Just do this. When you try to ask for bandages but accidentally hit the emo wheel. Bro, all of the... Bro, most of these look like they're about to be very serious until they're not.
Pinocchio lies, his nose grows. So
Okay.
what would happen if he said, my nose is going to grow? If it didn't grow, it means he was lying, which would cause his nose to grow. But his
then
nose growing would indicate that he was not lying, which means his nose should never have grown. But if Geppetto asks for a lie, when Pinocchio
Yo, alright, bro. Freaky, boy. Ain't no party like a Geppetto party. Nah, that's nasty.
If you have a giant pimple, don't squeeze it.
Oh.
Pimples are ugly and even painful, but squeezing them would not solve the problem.
Okay.
Instead, wait 9 months. You could give birth to a mega explosive pimple baby. If you have a giant pimple,
Hey, your body, your choice, bro. If you don't want to have a pimple baby, you don't got to, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and pop that motherfucker. Pop that. Sorry. Thank you for this educational content.
if you touch a cactus, the spines
Who
would
is this? Who's this new nigga? This isn't the same. Okay, for sure.
probably get stuck in your skin. And if you try to pull them out, they will likely break off because they are so fragile. Instead, you should applying a generous layer of glue over the area. In that way, they will finally... If you touch a cactus glue over the area. In that way, they will finally...
Yeah, I thought I was bugging when I heard what I heard, but I wasn't. I thought I was bugging. I was not. That nigga is... Yo, who's behind this, bro? Who was like, yeah, I'm gonna take some wild content and make it wilder. Like you took Zack D Films, who's already out of pocket, and made it more out of... I don't know how you one up this nigga, but you managed to. You did it.
Draw a line across a circle.
Okay.
Then add a ball that will move across it back and forth.
Okay.
Keep adding lines, cutting the circle into a pie.
Type.
Next, add a moving ball to each line.
Type.
Each ball starts at a different angle, following its own path. But when they all move at once, a spinning circle appears inside, even though each ball moves in a straight line.
Okay.
If you add candles, you could summon Mr. Draw a line.
Ooh. You know, something wrong with this nigga, bro. Something wrong with this nigga, bro. What is mustache? This is the only normal. Nah, this one's fun. It's been normal for the longest, but it's not the normal one. This nigga tried to summon Mustache Man.
Candles, you could
How does he even come from this?
summon Mr.
Look.
Draw a line.
Normal fart. Ooh, what? All types of farting. Oh, hell no. Thing is melt. Not a reverb on this motherfucker. Okay. What am I doing? What is this? What I've amounted to in my YouTube career? Maybe. My dreams after 10 years of brain rot. Why that look like Phase Adapt? Bro, this is a shout out to all. Was it Gen Z? All you Gen Z niggas? Yeah, good luck. This is y'all brain during a test. Y'all cooked, man. I want the best for y'all, but y'all cooked, bro. You know what I'm saying? The housing crisis, job crisis, America, life, and then y'all brains just mush. Look. I love y'all though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all my little niggas.
He slipped on shit, falling on a drill
Oh, my God. Why is there shit at a construction zone?
bit, penetrating from his right eye to behind his ear, and was rushed quickly to the hospital.
Okay.
The doctors forgot that the metal should be removed before the MRI. This resulted in an unexpected outcome. The drill bit ended up in his ass and
Bro, what the fuck are we?
so the
Why
man
is he bent over?
became pregnant.
This doesn't make any. Bro, this is a bad acid trip. Is this like what it's like to do these drugs? I feel like I'm on this shit, bro. Like I'm high as a fucking kite. Just watching this motherfucker unfold.
If you're using a vacuum cleaner and suddenly you get stuck in it, it's gonna.
Why is you in your drawers with that vacuum cleaner?
And suddenly you get stuck.
He was sticking his hoo-ha in that. Look at him. This can't feel good, bro. I'm sorry. Like, it's unfortunate because I really feel like some dudes would like do this. Like, if this wasn't a thing, this wouldn't be a running joke. You know what I mean?
If you're using a vacuum cleaner and suddenly you get stuck in it, it's gonna suck you in until you dry out and convulse. That's not a good way to use a vacuum cleaner.
Niggas, was that fucking Skibbity toilet? It is. Is this the same creator? What if it's the Skibbity nigga? Makes sense. Or he's using the same software. Something. I don't know.
If you take out your eyes, what do you think you can see? Well,
nothing.
Most people think they see darkness at all, but in reality, you could see
Bombardiro crocodilo. Un fottuto alligatore volante.
if you take out your
I ain't gonna lie, I'm flying that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. I'd fly that motherfucker. What's up, bro? Or at least I ride, you know what I'm saying? I can't really fly, but I get in a plane. I gotta see what that's in for. You know what I'm saying? You never. I might be too interested in this.
Crocodilo. Un fottuto alligatore volante.
I don't even know what he said. What did he say in Spanish? Crocodile bombardino. Oh my God. So
when you
informative.
fart, your body creates kinetic energy and heat.
Okay.
And when you sneeze, you create just as much energy.
Okay.
But can you do it at the same time?
I actually sneezing and farting at the same time hurts. It does. Sneezing, farting. You ever sneeze, farted, and coughed? Feels like your body took a fucking screenshot, bro. That shit is terrible.
When you do either of these actions, both involve your abdominal muscles. So you can do a snart. But you can also do a screenshot and be paralyzed. When you fart, your
Bro, nah. All three. Coughing, sneezing, and farting. Dead ass, your body take a screenshot.
turbulences can kill you if you don't do this.
Okay.
Technically, turbulence
What's it? I know that nigga was back there. Why you keep featuring him? What's up, bro?
Technically, turbulence is just irregular winds pass through the airplane. But if you don't follow safety procedures, a chance that it can kill you is there. Turbulences can...
Twin? Twin. The towers. Adolf became the president of Iran as well. The German guy be vibing. This nigga is featured in a lot of this shit. You got something you want to tell us, Brody?
What the fuck are you doing? Don't put fucking milk in your cereal. Instead, you could try to put the Tommaso
Bro, you know what? The next couple, I'm gonna try to guess where this shit goes.
train at
I would have never. I would have been so off. I would have never. I would be like, all right, he might fucking nut in this motherfucker or something.
Tommaso train at
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Oh, for sure. All right. Morning routine. Okay, morning routine. It's gonna do this for 4 seconds. Let me get the gist. I'm gonna guess. I gotta guess at 5. For sure. For sure. Okay, so he's gonna run through the morning routine. He already ripped his face off. He shitted on himself. He's about to swig Zack Daniels. Then he's gonna go out, shoot somebody, and then maybe crash it. And he's gonna just fly. He's gonna just fly away. He into the Twin Towers. Oh, I was off. I did say he was gonna fly away. Oh my god, I got brain rot locked in. I did say he was gonna fly away. Just didn't know he spanked his shit, didn't he? $5:13. God damn, nigga. 40 beat minutes? That's crazy. I did say he was gonna fly away though. Point for me. I don't even know I'm calculating these points. Point for me. Point for me. Alright, bet. Next one.
when you crack
Cracking your neck. Alright, so he's gonna crack his neck. Then an elephant is gonna appear and step on him. And it's gonna end with a musical note. Bless me.
your neck, your joints are forced to move.
Okay.
And this can cause small air bubbles to burst, causing that popping sound we hear. But
Okay.
if you crack it too hard, will cause you to pass out, and you could turn into, yo, what the fuck? I'm just making a video. Oh shit. When you
You got it. You got it. You got it. I was off. Way off. Bro, my shit was so out of pocket, and you managed to outdo me. You got it, bro. The creative mind. I can't keep up, clearly.
If cutting onions makes you cry, you
Okay.
are doing it wrong. Onions release hydrogen sulfide gas.
All right. He's cutting onions in a bedroom. The gas is going to turn into maybe some mustard gas, and the mustache man is going to appear.
It burns your eyes, makes you cry. But if cutting onions
I'm not thinking hard enough. I'm not thinking hard enough. It's clear. It's got to be sexual shit. All right. He put his dick in the onion. Okay. All right. I'm cooking. Give me the next one.
Did you know that chameleons don't change
I actually did see this one too.
color just to hide? They actually speak a colorful language all their own. When a chameleon changes to this color, it probably means it is ready to rob a convenience
Yeah.
store. Did you know
Yeah, I
that
saw this one.
chameleons don't change color just to hide? They
That
actually
took a
speak
dark turn. Okay.
This simple banana worth millions of dollars. Have you ever wondered why?
Okay. Banana, $1 million banana. Okay. It was one of P. Diddy's sex toys. I don't know. I'm shots in the dark. I'm just like this. I'm trying.
Well, maybe you might think it has something special to make it stay intact all the time, but actually it doesn't. You see, if you try to do the same thing by sticking it on your phone, you have double the chance of being robbed by a fucking monkey. This simple
Oh, God. What the fuck? Bro, did he 69
this simple
him?
banana by a fucking monkey.
Why was he about to put nuts in his face? He didn't even want to rob him, just nuts to the face.
The man picked up the lighter
I
and
can't guess these. I'm getting a headache trying to figure out. Nigga got a boneless afro. Oh my Jesus.
thought that igniting farts was fun. This happens because they are mainly made up of flammable gases like methane and hydrogen.
Tight.
But if you have diarrhea...
Hello?
Oh. Nobody's safe from Diddy, not even Minecraft niggas. Oh
have
my
diarrhea.
God.
Hello?
Yo, nigga tried to run. Yeah, you're not getting home, buddy.
The man picked...
Oh my God.
Have you ever wondered why the slice of bread always falls on the side of the jam? The story goes that Isaac Newton was in his garden when an apple fell on his head. He began to
Now, why you do Isaac like this? Come on now.
wonder how the apple had fallen
Oh
downward.
shit, bro,
but
gravity. Wait, hold on. Char, my dad did.
actually what fell on his head was a nuclear... Have you ever wondered why...
For sure. None of this makes...
If you get punched in the face,
Okay.
you might think the force might break your jaw. But in reality, you get...
Am I losing consciousness? This might be a stroke. Maybe I check my heart rate. Maybe I check that.
If you fart in a jar and keep it sealed, will it still smell after 10 years? You see, scientifically, hydrogen sulfide can survive for years in a
Okay.
sealed environment. So, if you sniff it after years, it will bring you straight back to that burrito you shouldn't have eaten. If you fart in a jar and keep it...
This, unfortunately, has made the most sense. Everything else never adds up with the end of the video. But this has kept the same storyline throughout all... How many seconds is this? 15 seconds. None of them have ever done this.
If you are picking your nose, how deep can you go?
Okay.
You might think half your finger is the maximum, but actually you can manage to touch your brain. And not only that, you see, if you go deeper, your arm might come out of your ass for incredible relief.
Incredible. That's gay. Nigga tried before. Hey, bruh. I can't even... There's no commentary I can add to this that'll make any of this make sense to me in my head. Nothing makes sense anymore. Why the fuck is there a grenade?
You can even use an RGD-5 grenade to pick your brain as much if you
And
are
I jumped.
picking...
I knew the grenade was coming. I knew it was gonna explode and I jumped, bro.
Is there any chance of survival if a person is sucked into an aircraft engine?
No.
Firstly, you have to stay absolutely calm. Is there any chance...
Okay.
If you fire a bullet that ricochets off 3 walls, some people think it could come back and kill the shooter.
Okay.
But is this actually possible? Well, if the bullet is fired at a correct angle, it might ricochet, but it would go into your ass, and you might get pregnant of it. If you fire...
Why is everybody getting pregnant in their ass? Yo, what the fuck are we doing? Everybody getting pregnant in their ass,
Have you ever wondered
bruh.
why the fuck we use toilet paper to clean our anus?
Okay.
I mean, why the fuck isn't it used like a hairdryer, a candle, maybe
A hairdryer would be very messy. And I don't think it'd be efficient.
a chicken, or even a double-propelled flame? Have you ever wondered why the fuck we...
A chicken?
If you shoot a tank with a gun, most people think the bullet will explode into 1,000 pieces.
Type.
But actually, if you shoot someone with a tank, it will make that person pregnant.
Why is everybody pregnant?
If you are running away and someone shoots you, the best way to defend yourself is to use a fucking nig... If you are
Zack. This is number 3, Zack. What are we doing?
falling from the world's tallest skyscraper can send you to an impact
I hate nuggets. Oh, I don't.
speed of 130 kilometers per hour in just 13 seconds.
Yo, this is such brain rot, bro.
No chance of surviving. Falling from the world... You're brushing your teeth wrong, and that's why. You see, most people think the correct movement is from the bottom to the top, but in reality, the best way is to... You're brushing...
Yo, is my humor fried? My humor might be fried. Oh my God.
Have you ever wondered why, when you drive at high speed, you have this visual effect? Well, you see, driving at high speed creates the so-called tunnel effect. The scientific reason why this happens is because the driver probably used the Super Mario Boost mushroom. Have you ever wondered why?
You know, this didn't take a turn. Love that for you. Are we growing as a creator?
Most people believe that turtles can simply detach from their shells at will. In reality, turtles are inseparably fused with their shells, and that's no accident. Deep within these seemingly unremarkable exteriors lies a secret cavo, a hidden room where they
Nigga, is that a fucking Corona?
meticulously guard their arsenal of ninja weapons.
For sure. For sure. Nigga got a fucking Corona.
Most people believe that turtles can simply detach from their shells at will. In reality,
Jesus Christ. All right, man. That's been all of Zack's shorts, bro. I don't know where. I don't know how. Who's behind this channel, bro? Come to the light, bro. I need to pick your brain because there's no way that there's not some type of autism behind this. I can't not or ADHD, some. But like I said, I'm gonna bring you more types of videos like this. So like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch y'all, man, in the next one.